No, certainly don't, but you're right, the players will be playing for their futures, playing for next season. As you say, playing for contracts. Dumbarton have just come out of the changing rooms, first of all, and the team news we do have in front of us are 2 changes for the home side. As you mentioned, Jamie Wilson is coming in for a start, and he is joined in the starting 11 by Nick McAllister. Robert Jones and Tomas Brindley drop to the bench, and there is a spot for Nat Wedderburn back on the bench as well. PJ Crossan drops out of the squad with a hamstring problem after making his 50th appearance at Broadwood. Suns line up with Sam Ramsbottom in goal, and it will be Nick McAllister, Ryan McGeever, Morgan Neal and Rico Katongo at the back. Captain Stuart Carswell should take his place back in midfield, along with Ross Forbes, Adam Frizzell and Rabin Omar. James Wallace and Jamie Wilson should pose the attacking threat for Jim Duffy's men this evening. In terms of the away side, it's 2 changes for them as well. Josh Ray and Kyle Bailey, they've dropped to the bench, and in come Andy McDonald and Lenny Wilson is in between the sticks. So they line up with Wilson, Kieran Freeman, Danny Strachan, Andy McDonald and Jason Brown in defence, Simon Ferry, Hamish Ritchie, Scott Brown, Andy McCarthy, Nia Payne and Stephen Boyd. Peterhead, of course, had 1-3 on the spin before the defeat to Forfar on Saturday. It seemed to take Jim McAnally by surprise somewhat, especially the defensive mistakes. He called those goals poor goals to concede.
I did see a few Peterhead fans on Pine Bovril before the game basically suggesting that their players were already on holiday mode. A wee bit of that tonight would be most welcome.
Oh, and it's a very good effort from Frizzell. Stung the palms of Lenny Wilson. Best chance so far there. Ineligible for Dumbarton under the terms of that loan deal. Did start against Forfar before he came off, and then he missed the game at the weekend. He's really struggled for fitness since his return to the Rock. It's come out to Omar. He hit that first time, just didn't quite get enough on it, and this time it's Carswell, just flashed past the post. Much better effort from the captain.
Well, you don't shoot, you don't score, but I don't think anybody would be expecting Stuart Carswell to rifle one in with his left foot from 35 yards. It was a decent effort. I think it certainly had Lenny Wilson scrambling for a moment.
Back last week and accepted the Man of the Match award, as Connor Duthie and James Wallace had both escaped fairly quickly from the building. Do wonder if he passed on that bottle of whiskey. I'm
going to guess that he didn't. And if any member of James Wallace's family is listening and they have not heard about a bottle of whiskey that he's been gifted, then get on to Stuart Carswell.
James Wallace was voted the Man of the Match by the fans. That's what happened.
That's rightfully his whiskey. So if any of James Wallace's family are fancying a bottle of whiskey, drop me a message on Twitter. I'll send you Cars's mobile number and you can pester him.
Jamie Wilson might be in here. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper and he hits it early and it's into the net. Jamie Wilson makes a breakthrough. Calm, composed. What a finish. What a start.
Not the finish of a man who's been on a bit of a goal drought recently, and not the finish of a man who's been on a goal drought in the league. It's just so sudden. I mean, we know that Jamie plays right on the shoulder of the last man, and he just nailed his run there. The interesting thing is, from our angle, we couldn't tell if it was going in or not, but from the angle of the Suns fans behind the goal, they started roaring when they could see where it was heading. A really, really good finish from Jamie Wilson, and that'll do his confidence. We spoke about it, an absolute world of good.
Boyd plays it short to McCarthy. That was a good ball into Payne. He hits it with the left, and what a save that is from Sam Ramsbottom. He keeps Suns in it.
Wouldn't it have been ironic if after deriding Suns' short free kick, Peterhead went and worked one of their own? That was a good effort from Nia Payne, a really good save from Sam Ramsbottom.
Hands all over the Suns' defence. Here's Ritchie. It's flicked in towards Boyd, and there's the equaliser.
And one that you would have to say that, based on the save that we saw from Sam Ramsbottom, might have been coming, but Suns being their own worst enemies there. Rico Katongo was told he had time, played the ball into Ross Forbes. He was then loose with the ball, lost possession, and to be fair to Peterhead, it was well worked. But we spoke about Stephen Boyd being the threat. no surprise at all to see him on the score sheet, although I think what will annoy Jim Duffy is the fact that with two men mounting centre halves, it's one of the smallest players in the park who's been there to nod the ball home.
Is there to be a sucker punch from Peterhead? And there isn't. The half-time whistle goes, and it is 1-1 at the interval. Jamie Wilson slotted a superb finish past Lenny Wilson to make it 1-0 for Dumbarton, but only a few minutes later Stephen Boyd levelled things up for the away side, and in this huge game at the bottom of League One, it is one apiece at half-time. And it's got to come now. 45 minutes to do all they can to avoid the relegation playoffs in that 9th position. It might not be enough, but as Jim Duffy said, they need to do all that they can, all that they can control, and that is Peterhead in front of them just now. Richie went down there under the challenge from Forbes. Kieran Freeman on this near side. Lovely play from Peterhead. And that will be a foul on Wallace.
Always a team who seem to have a bit of magic going forward, Queen of the South.
Nick McAllister just been wrestled by Andy McDonald there, and McDonald picks up a yellow card as a result. His left foot primed. Forbes shoots, it was in towards the near post. It wasn't a bad effort, just a little too much on it.
No, I don't think anyone can have a go at him for having a shot there. It was, for a brief moment, looked like it might just catch Lenny Wilson out of that near post, but just a wee bit too much on it that took it over the bar. Is that going down as tonight's good omen? Is that what we're going to be clinging to?
Second was a 1-0 win here in October of that year, a McGeever header, and he's gone off, so don't know how you feel about the omens on that one. Wonder whether Forbes will decide to hit it again. He doesn't. It's in towards the back post. It was in towards Wilson, I should say. Wallace has gone down. He's complaining of an elbow in the face. Suns players camped in this blue 2.5. Boyd crowded out by Wedderburn and Omar. Boyd's ended up getting it back. Nice little flick for Freeman. And it's come all the way to the back post, and it's Derek Lyle who's got his head onto it, and he's just poked it past a helpless Sam Ramsbottom. Suns fall behind.
Just like the first goal, that came from Suns failing to clear. Adam Frizzell had the chance to just launch that. He didn't. Kieran Freeman put in a good ball. I think it was a difficult one. Sam Ramsbottom probably would have been better staying at home. It was difficult the way it floated away from him. It was just frustrating to watch, I think.
Suns need some quality from somewhere. Is this it? It's almost came through to Nat Wedderburn. He wanted to get that out of his left, I think. Kokotongo just looks downtrodden as he comes in to see us. What a flick that is to Omar. He's got a real chance and he just fluffs the pass. He was going to square it to Adam Frizzell.
Had a spell with Cove earlier in the season and didn't seem to get a look in there for some reason, but he looks a very good player.
Nice touch from Jones. Hit the shot and won the corner from Andy McDonald. Can Forbes find the ball? He can! It's Morgan Neal! And he's got his first goal of the season, and it could be a lifeline for Suns.
It's the ideal delivery from Ross Forbes in that situation. He put it right in a plate for Morgan Neal. What a time to get your first goal of the season, and that sets up a very, very interesting last 10 minutes here.
Wonder if McAllister's had a word with Nat Wedderburn in the week after what you were talking about. It's into the mix from McAllister. It was flicked on, it's hit a hand, it's cause for all sorts of complaints from the Suns bench. Here is Duthie in towards Morgan Neal, and the flick has gone out and it'll be a corner. Suns piling on the pressure. Forbes delivers again. There's an absolute pile of bodies, and it's the referee who's decided that it is a foul against Dumbarton on the goalkeeper.
Really tired ball by Kieran Freeman there, wasn't it?
Into injury time, and Morgan Neal has won your Man of the Match award, as voted for by you. Here he is, scorer of the second goal. Is there to be a third for Suns? McAllister finds Forbes, who finds a ball, who finds Wilson, who finds the net! Vamos, Dumbarton!
What a goal, what a ball in from Ross Forbes. I thought he'd overhit it, and Jamie Wilson, what a fantastic header that was. Somehow, what felt impossible has just happened. That was remarkable.
In the first minute of added on time, has Jamie Wilson completed the most unlikeliest of comebacks.
What a fantastic header. I mean, the ball in from Ross Forbes was decent, but the header from Jamie Wilson, the power, the direction he got in that. Now Suns need to see it out for these final moments of injury time.
Lovely touch from Jones. Into the 4th minute of injury time, when the final whistle goes. A giant victory for Dumbarton. Jamie Wilson's double, Morgan Neal's header gives all 3 points on a night when it had to be done for Dumbarton.
Yeah, I mean, I think nobody saw that coming with Suns 2-1 down with just over 10 minutes left to play. That was incredible. I mean, the fighting spirit, but also to get 3 goals when Suns all season have struggled for goals. To get 3 goals like that, wow. And we spoke about a goal potentially doing Jamie Wilson's confidence the world of good. Would he have put that header in the final minutes had he not got that early goal? I'm not sure if he would have done. But Suns live to fight another day, and all eyes are now on Broadwood, and all the pressure is now on Clyde.